Welcome back to the Scotland trip. And yes, I know the last video was a bit lengthy, but we did have quite a few places and activities that we all had to cram into one video. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Firstly, we visited the Glencoe Mountain Resort, where we did tubing on a dry ski slope and went up a ski lift over 2,500 feet. We then headed to the Falls of Falloch, which is a picturesque waterfall running through the Loch Lomond National Park. We then headed to St Conan's Kirk on the way to Oban, and St Conan's Kirk was a beautiful church, and it actually had the remains, or part of the remains, of King Robert the Bruce, the first King of Scots. We then ended the day in the fishing town of Oban, where we had some fish and chips that was certified by Gordon Ramsay himself. Now, a word of warning about this episode, it is a spooky one. We head to an abandoned priest training facility on the way down to Glasgow. And I'll be honest, I completely forgot about this location. I saw it on a TikTok video a while back and I had to make sure we went there because it just looks, well, you'll see for yourself when we get there. Morning campers, we've just headed away from the campsite down about 5 minutes down the road, and we've headed down to a little stop-off viewpoint of Loch Lomand, which is behind us, so we're going to head to it. And to be fair, the monument looks a bit funny, but we'll explain it a bit when we get there. The viewpoint behind me, the reason I said it looked like a funny shape was because it just resembles a PlayStation 5 from the front. It's just like the digital version of the PS5. So we've come away from Loch Lomond now, we've headed to, which is probably one of the best looking places on the trip. It looks pretty cool. It's an old abandoned seminary called St Peter's Seminary, and it was actually used to train Catholic priests back in the day, but was later turned into a drug rehabilitation centre in the 80s. We're just heading down this path now from the car all the way down to the big building, but apparently it's quite big. So we're inside the seminary, and it's giving me like old factory vibes from down in Cornwall, but on a larger scale. And this time I didn't smash my face in. inside the upper floor of St Peter's Seminary now. Luke's flying the drone about a bit. He's up on the top floor. You can get up to the top floor via this sketchy looking ramp system. And apparently Luke found out some facts that apparently this building held up to 100 priests, including teachers, at one time. But it's such a big building, I don't know why they'd need this sort of a size building for only that many people. So the building itself was finished in the late 60s, and it started construction a lot earlier than that. But like I said, it was obviously put out of commission in 1980 odd, just under 30-40 years or whatever it is to get to this state of decay, which is it's a bit mad really. Actually, we heard that. It was like someone was going.
Let's leave.
I hope the camera picked that up. Hello? Knock once if you're there. What the fuck? That's some of that.
Hello? Is there anyone there?
So now, as you can see the building behind me now, really derelict as we just walked around and flew the drone over it. But it's actually been described recently as a modern building of world significance, and is one of only 42 listed buildings in Scotland to be a Category A building, which is the highest level of protection for a building. It means it's a building of special architectural or historical significance.
So we're just saying that there's a few little spooky locations we visited on this trip. We had like Yester Castle and the Priory, but none of them have felt as weird as here. I mean, it's proper like spooky, and you just feel like that negative energy as soon as you walk in the place. You just feel like something possibly bad happened here. Not that I know there did, but you just get that vibe. So our next location on the list is we're going to head down towards the city of Glasgow, but just on the outskirts, to a place called the Devil's Pulpit.
Hi guys, so we just got to the next and probably the last location of today now, the Devil's Pulpit. As you can already see, it is absolutely gorgeous. The sun's came out for us again today. We've had one night of rain the whole holiday so far. We've been so lucky. We're just walking down and there's just loads of shoes all over the telephone line. We don't really know why, but it's strange. Just walking down the hill now, but look at how beautiful the sky is. I'm actually in my brand new t-shirt, courtesy of my uncle, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the blue sky behind us there. It is fantastic. I can't believe how lucky we are. It's like 17 degrees in Scotland. I brought waterproof trousers for the trip and I still haven't wore them because I don't need to. It's crazy.
So we walked all the way down there, down to the bottom of the Devil's Pulpit, which is here. But the opposite side of the little cove here, there's a staircase all the way up to the top. But that just sums up our little adventure really. We've just been going the wrong way, seeing the proper side of it all, do you know what I mean? So Luke the mad bastard has decided that he wants to take his chances on going into the pulpit itself. Nah, to be fair to him, I wouldn't do the same. That's why me and Minch stood here.
Exactly.
So Minch just made us aware that the reason it's called the Devil's Pulpit is because of the colour of the water. Actually looks like blood running through the gorge here.
Facts.
So that was the Devil's Pulpit, not far from Glasgow, about probably half an hour-ish. We're just heading back to the car, then we're going to go and try and find some place to stop, probably head up towards the Loch Lomand area again, find a nice little spot, have a chilled one and have something to eat. Then we got pasta on the menu, boys.
Again.
Let's go. Come on.
So we're all settled for the night now. We've had our food, having a little chill, have a little go on our phones and stuff now. So we're gonna have a little toast again, which we do every single night, just in case this is our last night, because we've got a busy day planned tomorrow and we might drive back in the night time, but we're not sure yet, so this is just in case. It is our last night.
Is it? To Scotland. To Scotland! Freedom!
Good night, guys.